Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Call from Andres area.
Save 10% at GoDaddy.com by using the
Call from Andres area.
This is Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
It's Eric from
Hey.
California.
Okay.
Alright,
I know a couple of Erics in California. Which Eric is this?
Probably don't know me. I'm Eric Andrus from San Jose area.
Okay.
Dad works up at Apple, so that's why we're around here.
Cool.
So I have more of a question for you that kind of leans more in the direction of gaming, but not, hardcore, Xbox fanboy or whatever. It's more of a question, what do you think today when people say arcade games?
when someone says arcade games,
Yeah, arcade.
I'm always reminded of how I grew up with arcades. In fact,
Right.
there's a GameWorks here in Seattle. That's an arcade. The coin ops or these stand-up machines. I even have one in my home office. Basically a computer, but it's built inside an arcade case. So
More or less wondering.
Go ahead.
More or less wondering because I kind of, I guess you'd call me like the modern arcade gamer. One of the reasons why I love my area so much is there's a chain around here. It's actually a golf chain, but they have great arcades there. And more of the arcades have just been getting like more and more modern. So I've been kind of like wondering, like, there's no one ever there. They always have to get their arcade stuff from like Japan and stuff because in like Japan and Korea, arcades are still like really thriving, but here arcades are like really dying. So like, when I go there for like, their Tuesday special, all day arcade, $12, whatever. And it's
Wow.
fully empty.
Really?
So,
All day $12? Gosh, that would have been a bargain.
yeah, there's San Jose Golfland, Sunnyvale Golfland, and Milpitas Golfland. Tuesday is San Jose, Wednesday's Sunnyvale, Thursday's Milpitas. $12 all day.
One of the reasons why arcades may be popular in other countries, it's the social aspect of it. Just like internet cafes are huge in South Korea, it's the culture, quite honestly, that defines it.
Well, yeah, I play like I'm that insane kind of Asian guy that is always playing like DDR or whatnot. That guy that knows everyone's watching him. I find these online communities and we all meet up there. It's like a great kind of social thing. But we always kind of like wish, this great game came out in like Korea and whatnot. I wish we had it. But they look at America and they go, well, no one in America plays arcade games, so we're just going to keep it, which results in us having to import a machine from there, and then whenever like a new version comes out, you have to bootleg it.
Well, that's the marketplace.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I grew up, we had Ataris at home, but the gameplay that we could get in the arcade was just far greater. Well, now the tables have turned. The games that we have at home are plentiful, and in many cases, just astoundingly better.
But that's where the problem comes in, is that like where people think I have all these I have all these games at home, but they don't know what there's a bunch of games that you can't get at home like that. Like I play a game called DJ Max Technica. It's a touch screen based game. You have to have a 22-inch high def touch screen thing, and that's what we all play together. It's an amazing game. It's a kind of a music game, but you can't get that at home. But the problem is people don't know about it.
Right.
So
Well,
I've just been kind of wondering, like,
Okay.
people think of like the classic kind of stuff.
Let me. Yeah, I love the classics. I mean, that was my era. Where
too. Like ever since I started going to play these games, we have like go play Pac-Man or whatever when I'm waiting for my turn, and whatnot.
Sure. It's and it's one of the reasons why I have my own stand-up arcade machine here in my home office. I always wanted one. It's my childhood, right? Love playing the classics. Have you ever seen the documentary King of Kong?
Yes, I have.
Isn't that genius? If you really, if anybody out there wants to get, just an idea of the social aspect around arcades, and really what it was like in the golden age of arcades before the days of the Xbox 360. And I think the Xbox 360 is a better entertainment device in conjunction with gaming, more so than the PS3, because the Xbox 360 really has the online gaming component nailed down.
Yeah.
If arcades had more tournaments, if there were more social aspects layered on top of the games themselves, you would likely see a resurgence in popularity.
Well, that's the thing that a lot of people don't get. For all the arcade games I play a bunch of fighting games like Street Fighter. Street Fighter 4 just came out. You got all these music games. We have tournaments every month at Sunnyvale Golfland. That is the one of the best arcades on the West Coast. Everyone who's in the more or less arcade music gaming and fighting game scene, they know, oh man, you live nearby Sunnyvale Golfland. That's a great place. And then there's Arcade Infinity down in LA. They have monthly tournaments where you can actually win a good amount of money. It just depends on how many people show up, but people don't know that because it's just kind of dying off. But and then also the kind of social thing is that a lot of the new games DJ Max Technica for they just announced the second version of it. Technica is kind of picking up in the USA a little, and a lot of the more prosperous arcades are kind of getting it because the machines are kind of expensive. But the new ones are actually going to have network battles. So I have friends who go to an arcade called 8 on the Break in New Jersey. It's a really popular arcade on the East Coast. I talk to them online. We compare scores. It already has network thing where you have an ID card with an RFID in it. It tracks your scores. You can go online, unlock new stuff, and challenge other people and whatnot.
Well, and that's fine.
You're gonna have network battle.
Yeah,
so you can call your friend up and be like, "Hey, get on network battle," and they'll battle you live right there.
But that doesn't really solve the problem, because I can network battle at home on one game or another. Not to say that game is available on a home console, but it used to be where you could just put up an arcade, throw in some machines, and the money would come. I mean, I would drop $10 on in an afternoon. Heck, and some of my friends would spend 10 times as much on an arcade game, even if it was just down at the local gas station. They would just spend hours upon hours of their lives sitting in front of these machines. But it's no longer, it just no longer exists. Arcades need to evolve. You have bigger, I guess, efforts like GameWorks that have stepped this direction. They've got larger games, certainly like Skee Ball, and I don't know that there's another game, at least the Seattle GameWorks, where it's you're supposed to shoot balloons, and the more you get, the higher you go, so you actually sit in chairs. So there's a physical element, that you just can't get at home. Really, arcade owners need to think differently about what they have. They have an entertainment center. Just like movie theaters have to think differently about what they have. The value add isn't any longer, isn't that we have movies and it's the only place you can see the movies. The value add is now, currently, you can watch a 3D movie at the movie theater. The value add may be you get a better, game controller experience in an arcade. Or it's a tournament. I mean, you've got to layer on social elements to create a value add. With games becoming more social inherently with online gameplay. To add that to a local, I guess, arcade would be crucial for its success, not just currently, but ongoing. The social element's never going to be eliminated entirely. Even if we go all virtual, we'll still have that need to interact, to compare, to compete. So it's not just putting the machines up there, it's doing something with people.
Well, that's the thing, is that a lot of the new arcade games, they're kind of convincing arcade operators they need some kind of internet connection, because a lot of the new games that are coming out actually have internet service where and it's slowly progressing to the point where most new arcade games will have network battle where you can play against other people and other arcades across your country. And
But-
they're even going to hook us up with like the Philippines and
that
the
doesn't
UK.
doesn't solve the problem. Doesn't solve the problem. The problem is as you're telling me, attendance is low. Solving the problem isn't by adding network connectivity. I get that at home. That's not solving the problem. If you want to fix the problem, if arcades really want to fix the problem, they'll either bring in an events coordinator or they'll start hosting events. They need people in there. Absolutely. In fact, maybe I should do for those who live in Seattle, maybe I should do like a GameWorks meetup. Who knows? Maybe 3 people will show up.
GameWorks is a really good place. I know they have like I'm huge into like DDR and stuff. They had part of the international DDR tournament there that Konami held. They're a really good place. So yeah, and then there's Acme Bowling in Seattle area is a really good place.
You'll never see me play in any gaming tournament whatsoever. Even if it was down to tic-tac-toe, I don't even want to try. I'm such a massive pile of fail. Anyway, thanks for the call. Interesting discussion point.
Yep, that's pretty much all I wanted to know. So
Great. Like I said, I've got one. In fact, you can go onto YouTube and you can find the unboxing and the review of my stand-up arcade machine that I have here. I advocate arcades. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks
Well,
again.
Thanks for your time.
You too.